Hello, nature enthusiasts. I am here in the Yolo Bypass, which is in between the cities of Davis and Sacramento in California, with a bit of a bittersweet video, and I'll tell you a little about it. So what's going on today is a milkweed planting. So I'm here, I'm going to be meeting up with a small group of people to plant native milkweeds into a habitat restoration project that has been ongoing for a little while now here in the Yolo Bypass. This project was funded in part by the agency that I work for, and it was managed by a former coworker of mine who is a really cool guy, and his name was Brian Keegan. And that's where the bitterness comes in, unfortunately, because tragically, Brian died last year in 2020. Very suddenly. He was 28 years old, and he is very much missed. It was a very sudden death. And I'm sure I speak for many, many people when I say that he was a fantastic guy. He was a friend, a coworker. He was really smart, super generous, had an amazing diversity of interests. He could speak intelligently and thoughtfully on everything from the Supreme Court to The Bachelor, and was just a great person to spend time with. And he's very much missed. And he was the grant manager on this project. So it is kind of in his honor that we are coming and gonna install some milkweed plants, some milkweed seedlings, in alongside the existing habitat restoration that's been going on. There are already plants put in here, and so we're going to be putting milkweed in alongside those to kind of diversify and improve the habitat even more. And milkweed is a great one because it's a very, very important plant to many pollinators, but in particular to the monarch butterfly. Monarch butterfly caterpillars eat almost exclusively milkweed. So the adults lay their eggs in the milkweed, the eggs hatch into caterpillars, and the caterpillars eat that milkweed plant, and that's pretty much the only thing they eat. So that means it's really important, especially with monarch populations not doing very well. Having more breeding areas is vital. And so we're going to be adding in a whole bunch of breeding opportunities right here in the Yolo Bypass. So that's going to be great. That's the sweet spot. So milkweed is beneficial to lots of species other than monarchs. It's crucial to monarchs, but there are tons of other butterflies and flies and bees and wasps and beetles that enjoy the nectar from milkweeds. I recently learned that actually, when it comes to pollinating milkweed, monarch butterflies are actually not that effective a pollinator, which I thought was really interesting. They rely on it almost exclusively for food for their young, and yet are not actually that effective a pollinator of the plant. So kind of an example of a somewhat unbalanced symbiotic relationship. Yeah, we're gonna get into the planting here. I'm here a little early, so I'm waiting for other people to arrive. We'll get into the planting, and I'll take you along this whole process. All right, so we're gonna plant some milkweeds here. So, for many habitat restoration projects, the way it works is the first thing to be laid down is an irrigation line. And so you can see this black hose. This hose is attached to a pump, which puts water all the way down the line of the entire site. And scattered along the hose are these little things called emitters, which is where the water is allowed to come out of the pipe and water the plant. So what we need to do is plant some plants right next to this emitter so they can get watered. So that's where our milkweeds are going to go in. So the first thing you need to do is you need to take something like this, which is called a dibble, and you need to make a hole. So you can see it made 2 holes for 2 plants. The next thing that goes in is this, which is a tablet of fertilizer. So that goes right down the hole, all the way to the bottom. And here's another one for the second hole. All the way to the bottom. And that gives these plants a wonderful chunk of nutrients to get them started. And then there's the plants themselves. So this right here is a little baby milkweed, narrow leaf milkweed. So we're going to put that right down the hole as well and nestle it in there. Make sure it goes all the way in. Here's another one. Some of these look a little bit dried out, but they will perk right up once they get watered. So close this up just like that. Now we're going to get a bit of water on them, and we're going to put a stake in to mark it, and then put a little bit of straw, kind of like this dead grass, over the top to keep them from overheating, and also to keep some of the water from evaporating off so the water stays in the soil and is available for the plant. And that is how you install milkweed. All right, and that's the finished product. Got the straw over the top, put some water down underneath, and the stake to make sure that we can always find this plant in the future and don't accidentally mow over it or hack it down. So there it is, all done. So here's a little wider angle, a little bigger perspective on the project as a whole. You can see how the little spots where we put in milkweeds fit into the larger habitat restoration project, which is this whole line of stakes that you can see going out away from me with a wide variety of plants, all natives to California, that go all the way down the length of this sort of edge. So this whole area is going to grow up into this diverse corridor of habitat, including a lot of different species of plants, providing habitat for a lot of different species of animals, and including those milkweeds that we planted. So there you have some of the nuts and bolts, some of the little details of what goes into a habitat restoration project, and in particular, how narrow leaf milkweed gets included into them. Hope you enjoyed the video. Brian will be remembered, but while he is gone, he'll never be forgotten. I'd like to extend a big thank you to his family for allowing some people, in addition to his family, his immediate family, some friends and coworkers such as myself, to come and join this event and participate. It felt really great to be able to do something in his honor that he would have really enjoyed, to a project that he really cared about. I'd also like to thank the Yolo County Resource Conservation District, who is the group that is managing this project and actually putting it in, and who are the people who organized and hosted the event today. They're doing an amazing job on this project and many others in Yolo County, and so a big thank you to them. Thank you for the view of this video. Subscribe to the channel, and until next time, get out there and enjoy the natural world.